So apparently the internet has convinced an entire generation that dating is some kind of speedrun category. Like if you memorize 5 lines from TikTok, wear a hoodie worth more than your rent, and comment WRIZ under enough Instagram posts, a girlfriend spawns behind you like you completed a secret side quest. Somewhere along the way, people forgot they're talking to actual human beings and started treating conversations like PvP matches. Every interaction has become a competition to see who loses interest first. Somebody waits exactly 43 minutes to reply because a dating coach with a podcast microphone and LED lights said replying too fast lowers your value. Another person screenshots the conversation and sends it to 6 friends for a tactical analysis that looks like they're planning a military invasion instead of deciding whether to respond with lol. Dating has become unnecessarily complicated because everybody is trying to optimize for mystery instead of compatibility. And somehow we've accepted this as normal. The funny part is that most of the people handing out advice online have the emotional range of a folding chair. They'll tell you confidence is everything, then immediately recommend pretending to be someone else. That's not confidence. That's cosplay. If your entire personality disappears the second somebody attractive walks into the room, congratulations, you've turned into an NPC with one dialogue option. Real confidence isn't acting like you don't care. It's caring without panicking. It's being able to talk to someone you find attractive without your brain suddenly running Windows Vista. Everybody wants some magical line that's guaranteed to work. Like there's a cheat code hidden inside the English language that instantly makes someone interested in you. There isn't. If there were, the internet would have destroyed it within 6 hours, turned it into a trend, and then everybody would have collectively decided it was cringe by the following Tuesday. Attraction isn't built from a sentence. It's built from the experience of talking to somebody who feels comfortable, genuine, and interesting. Notice how none of those words involve pretending you're a billionaire or posting cryptic Instagram notes about betrayal after getting left on. Read for 17 minutes. One of the biggest mistakes people make is treating conversations like job interviews. They ask question after question after question until the interaction sounds like customer support. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite movie? What's your biggest fear? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Relax. You're not interviewing candidates for NASA. A conversation works when both people contribute stories, opinions, jokes, and reactions. Think of it like a game of catch. If you keep throwing the ball and never catching anything they throw back, eventually everybody gets tired. Another mistake is trying way too hard to sound smooth. Everybody knows somebody who rehearses pickup lines in the mirror like they're preparing for a Broadway performance. Then the moment they finally use one, the delivery has all the confidence of somebody asking the teacher if homework is due today. Lines don't create chemistry. Delivery matters, timing matters, and reading the room matters even more. If somebody looks busy, annoyed, or clearly uninterested, no sentence in human history is going to magically flip that switch. Respecting that is infinitely more attractive than refusing to take the hint. Here's something nobody likes admitting. Being funny beats being smooth most of the time. Humor lowers tension. Humor shows personality. Humor creates shared moments people remember. Notice I didn't say becoming a walking meme account that communicates exclusively through brain rot vocabulary. If every sentence out of your mouth sounds like somebody spilled TikTok into a blender, you're going to exhaust people before dessert arrives. Throwing in Gen Z slang is fine when it fits naturally. Making every sentence sound like, chat is this W or a Sigma Riz, gets old faster than trends disappear. The internet moves at light speed. Human conversations don't. Slow down. Actually listen. Listening is weirdly overpowered because almost nobody does it anymore. Half the population waits for their turn to speak instead of hearing what the other person said. If somebody tells you they love photography, don't immediately pivot into explaining your Minecraft speedrun record. Ask about photography. Build from what they're interested in. Curiosity is attractive because it makes people feel seen instead of processed. Social media has also convinced people that looking mysterious is the goal. They'll post blurry black and white selfies with captions like, "They'll never understand." Brother, nobody is trying to understand. They're trying to figure out why your room looks like a haunted basement. Mystery is overrated. Being approachable wins more often than acting emotionally unavailable. There's this bizarre competition online where everyone tries to appear like they don't need anybody. Ironically, the people who genuinely have fulfilling lives rarely spend all day advertising how unbothered they are. They simply live their lives. Speaking of lives, having one outside dating is incredibly important. Nothing is more exhausting than becoming somebody's entire entertainment schedule after 2 conversations. Have hobbies, build skills, hang out with friends, exercise, learn something, create something. Ironically, becoming more interesting has a much bigger effect than learning conversation tricks, because you'll actually have things worth talking about. Imagine somebody asks what you've been doing lately, and instead of saying scrolling TikTok for 8 hours, you have actual experiences to share. That's infinitely better than memorizing fake confidence techniques. Eye contact also deserves an award for being simultaneously underrated and overcomplicated. You don't need to stare into someone's soul until they start questioning whether you're possessed. Look at them while they're speaking. Look away naturally. Smile occasionally. Congratulations. You've mastered one of the oldest social skills ever invented. Body language speaks louder than carefully selected words. Standing confidently, avoiding constant fidgeting, and appearing relaxed sends a stronger message than trying to sound mysterious. Then there's texting, the place where perfectly normal people transform into conspiracy theorists. Somebody takes 20 minutes to reply because they were showering. And suddenly there's an investigation involving timestamps, Instagram activity, and 3 best friends providing tactical support. Sometimes people are busy, sometimes they're tired, sometimes they simply forgot. Not every delayed response is psychological warfare. Stop assigning villain origin stories to people because they answered after lunch. Another thing, compliments still work. The key difference is making them feel genuine instead of copied from somebody else's dating course. Compliment something specific, their sense of humor, their creativity, their style, something they've chosen or expressed. Generic comments repeated to everyone lose meaning quickly. People remember sincerity because sincerity has become surprisingly rare online. Rejection deserves its own chapter because people treat it like permanent character deletion. Getting rejected doesn't automatically mean you're unattractive, boring, or doomed forever. Sometimes people aren't interested. Sometimes they're dating someone else. Sometimes the timing is wrong. Sometimes there's no reason at all. The mature response isn't arguing with them or demanding explanations worthy of a courtroom drama. It's accepting the answer and moving on. Confidence survives rejection. Ego explodes because of it. Learn the difference. One thing that quietly makes conversations enjoyable is enthusiasm. People enjoy talking to people who look like they want to be there. If you're acting cool by giving one-word responses, congratulations, you've successfully recreated the conversational energy of an expired loaf of bread. Share opinions, laugh, react, tell stories. Conversations aren't scored by who reveals the least information. They're built through mutual participation. And please, for the love of everything, stop pretending every interaction needs to become a relationship immediately. Sometimes you're meeting somebody interesting. That's enough. Putting massive expectations onto somebody you've spoken to for 9 minutes creates unnecessary pressure for both of you. Let things develop naturally. You'll enjoy yourself more, and ironically, so will they. Social confidence also improves through repetition, not theory. Watching 200 videos about conversation won't replace actually talking to people. Start with cashiers, classmates, co-workers, friends of friends. Build comfort through ordinary interactions instead of treating every attractive person like the final boss. Eventually, your brain stops treating conversations like emergency situations. You become calmer because experience replaces imagination. Online dating deserves honorable mention because profiles have become comedy museums. Half the bios say, "Make me laugh." The other half say, "I reply late." Thank you for the warning, I guess. If you're using dating apps, make your profile represent your personality instead of trying to look universally appealing. Authenticity filters people in and out more effectively than pretending everybody likes the same version of you. Photos matter, sure, but so does looking approachable instead of posing like you're announcing the next UFC fight. Another overlooked habit is respecting boundaries immediately. If somebody isn't interested, don't negotiate. Attraction isn't a debate club. The quickest way to ruin a positive impression is refusing to accept someone's answer. Respect earns far more admiration than persistence disguised as romance. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Hygiene matters. Grooming matters. Wearing clothes that fit matters. None of this is groundbreaking information, yet somehow people continue searching for psychological hacks before buying deodorant. You don't need designer outfits. You need cleanliness, confidence, and clothes that don't look like they survived 3 natural disasters. Basic self-care communicates self-respect. Self-respect quietly influences how others perceive you. One reason confident people often seem attractive isn't because confidence is magical. It's because confidence removes distractions. Instead of worrying about every sentence, they're paying attention to the interaction itself. They're present, they're listening, they're responding naturally. Anxiety turns conversations inward. Confidence keeps your attention outward. And finally, stop measuring success by whether every conversation leads somewhere romantic. Sometimes success is having a genuinely enjoyable interaction. Sometimes success is learning. Sometimes success is realizing somebody isn't compatible with you either. Dating isn't about convincing everyone to like you. It's about finding somebody who naturally enjoys who you already are while you appreciate them for who they are too. That's far less flashy than internet Riz culture. But unlike most viral dating advice, it continues working after the algorithm gets bored and moves on to the next trend. So if you came here expecting a secret phrase capable of making every conversation end with fireworks, dramatic music, and a relationship status update, sorry to disappoint. Human beings don't work like vending machines. You don't insert compliments and receive affection as change. The closest thing to real Riz isn't manipulation, fake confidence, expensive clothes, or pretending to be emotionally unavailable. It's becoming somebody who's enjoyable to spend time with. Somebody who respects people, communicates honestly, laughs easily, handles rejection without turning into a supervillain, and builds a life worth inviting somebody into instead of expecting them to become the entire foundation of it. Funny enough, once you stop chasing imaginary cheat codes and start becoming more comfortable in your own skin, conversations feel easier. People respond more naturally, and dating stops feeling like an impossible exam designed by internet strangers who somehow convinced millions of people that the secret to romance was waiting exactly 57 minutes before replying with a lowercase "hey." Turns out the best strategy wasn't hidden behind a paywall, buried inside a podcast, or locked in some 12-part dating masterclass. It was learning how to treat people like people the whole time.